You've been scaring
You
me.
can kind of turn that.
Which one? More towards you?
Mm-hmm. I don't think it did anything. Okay. Hey guys, since everybody loved our last video about the argument between Six Sams and Dark Worlds, we decided that we are now going to continue making rant-on videos. We'll just pick a deck or a subject.
And we'll debate it. We'll start calling this Deck Debates.
But in the title, I'm going to call it Rant-On about blah 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 because I prefer that. But this time, we're going to talk about another deck that we're both going to discuss. We'll talk about its good points and its bad points.
And I think everybody in the game is like had their has an opinion about this deck. 'Cause it is a deck that everybody's seen at one point in time. So today
We're talking about Exodia.
Well, that one's Senior Exodia.
Senor Exodia.
Senior. Now, Exodia decks are one of when everybody, I guess not everybody, well, with the original people, when you first watched Yu-Gi-Oh, that's the first thing Yugi did to win, which was like the ultimate troll move, and he's never used Exodia again. Kind of makes you wonder what. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, whatever happened to his Exodia? Take him out of Exodia!
Well, to be honest, because you know what? That's how most Yu-Gi-Oh! Players feel going up against Exodia. It's literally, I would probably say out of any deck out there that trolls, the opponent, shit like Final Countdown and Burn decks is nothing compared to Exodia decks. Because, at least Burn and Final Countdown is just like the clock. Final Countdown, it's like the clock is ticking.
Yeah.
And Burn is just like slowly but surely.
Yeah.
But Exodia is just like, I'm going to draw everything. You just sit down and endure this.
It's like, all right, let's start to do it. I go first? Cool. All right, man, just sit down. Draw. I win. You didn't even get to go yet, but I win. It's over.
Well, that's the FTK way, but there are other ways of Exodia that pretty much, just like, yeah, I'll give you a turn. Draw green. There are not...
Reckless greed.
Reckless greed. Legacy of Yanagusa.
Drawing all my cards.
I could see, because it's funny, because I was thinking about testing out spirits. Oh, you have a spirit monster on your field. Now draw 2 cards.
You fucking up?
You're fucking up, sir. Like, I'm not trying to say Exodia's bad. To be honest, nobody loves Exodia more than me. I just hate the deck's play style. I hate decks that literally, I think out of all Yu-Gi-Oh, there are maybe 3 big troll decks out there. If I'm wrong and there's more, I'm sorry, but I think that the biggest 3 troll decks are Final Countdown, Burn, and Exodia. To be honest, I think it's kind of fair that everybody in Yu-Gi-Oh! Can decide on one troll deck for themselves.
Yeah.
One fun troll deck, but that's it.
Yeah, everybody will take one out of the 3 and be like, I'll use this one.
Like, yeah, if you could pick out of between Exodia, Burn, and Final Countdown, what would you? Mine, is Burn. I always like Burn.
Well, me, I kind of like, I like Exodia, so I have but I have the Burn / Exodia deck.
I don't know how you could run an Exodia / Burn deck.
Because while I'm burning and stalling, I'm drawing at the same time.
I think that is just
stupid.
I think it is stupid. I feel like either run Burn and use it to the extreme and take out the cards like Exodia just to make sure and put the extra Burn in there to beat your opponent, or throw in the draw cards to help Exodia out.
I like a thing, it's called originality, and I like to mix things up.
Yeah,
I mix decks like drinks, bitch. I'm not drinking that.
I'll just leave it out.
For years and years to come.
New boyfriend at the time.
Hansel and Gretel.
Would you like this soda?
But one thing about Exodia that you would think that would change it was all these different variations of Exodia that they started releasing. You have Exode, that 4,000 in defense 100 monster. You got Exodia's Necros, Exodiosis.
Yeah, but the difference is I don't really want to bash Exodia, but all those 3 forms of Exodia suck.
You know what? I wanted to try to do this. I hope there is a way. I want to make like a competitive Exodia deck where it involves all the type of Exodias. Because
I tried that because before I started collecting Exodia pieces, I kind of said my baby brother's gonna be born soon. I want him to have what I didn't. I want him to have Exodia. I didn't even have an Exodia at that time, so I wanted to get an Exodia specifically for him when he would start playing. Because I always wanted. I have a funny feeling that he might play Exodia. I know that seems, odd.
If Yu-Gi-Oh even exists by the time he's like 20 years old. You know, that's the youngest legal age to play Yu-Gi-Oh. Even though it says like 6 and up, you know you really got to be like 18.
That's not true.
I've never seen anybody under the age of 14 playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
I've seen it.
I've seen them have cards, never seen them play.
I've seen them play and have cards.
Where? You don't leave your house. You're lying. You forced it on that child. You probably gave him the cards.
Play this game. Alright, so continue. Let's not get too sidetracked
Alright.
about Exodia. Cover one part. Now, I believe the reason why I find Exodia decks completely boring is because I feel like they have nothing outside the lines of drawing. Nothing else. You know what's funny? I remembered seeing a guy I'm using appropriate. You stole that from Evan. The guy was literally, I played 1 day apiece. I activate appropriate. Now I draw 3 cards. You stole that. I almost wanted to say, you stole this idea from my friend.
He does that appropriate shit. You know what? You're a bitch.
I literally, I just think the deck is boring because all you do is just draw. I wish that there was a way where it's just like, you could play Exodia, but beat down the opponent and
That's what
fight
I'm-
back, and Exodia is just like a constellation prize.
Yeah.
You know a situation that I thought was good? I like an Exodia deck more like this. You know, there was one called Emissary or something where it's just like both players could add a normal...
Oh, yeah. Emissary Darkness,
yeah. I like... If I would build an Exodia deck, it would be shit like that, Sand Can. It would be all things like, it will put the shit in my hand.
While
or
you're trying to fight back.
Yeah. I don't want it to be like, oh, draw. Because, you know, I went to the shit. That's what I feel like. I summoned.
Yeah.
That's how it feels going up against Exodia. I just feel the main problem I have with Exodia players is that you have to understand, take into consideration, your opponent is just like.
You have to sit there and wait. Yeah. And just be like,
really, dude.
You know what? Let me.
I could literally, when an Exodia player is playing all their shit. If it wouldn't be for shit like Upstart Goblin and Hand Destruction and all cards like that, this makes your opponent get something, even though it doesn't fucking matter. If it was just like, I do this, I would literally get up, walk into the kitchen, and start relaxing. Tell me when you're finished.
Honestly, I feel like with Exodia decks, if you're using it, if you're maining an Exodia deck in like real life, and it's like not like an Exodia where it's like original that you put hard work into and you have like all this different mix and combinations in there. I mean like that super gay, like I'm just gonna draw, not even give your opponent a chance to speak.
Gay is a bad word, Mr. Evan.
Fuck. Yeah. You see this, support. I don't know.
I'm like, we gay people don't say that.
Whatever. But my point is, if you're using like one of those type of Exodia decks that's just like, he doesn't even give your opponent a chance to even have an opinion in the duel, then don't play. And especially if you're going to use it on DN, just don't play. Just don't, because you're wasting the other person's time.
You know what's funny? Because a lot of people...
Don't use it on rated, especially.
You know what's funny? Because a lot of people were saying to me just like, when they're like, you know what needs to get banned out of Dark Worlds? Card Destruction. No, we need that we need that to fuck Exodia. That's a good card to fuck Exodia.
The best way... Wait, let's make that another one. But...
When you beat an Exodia player, they don't know what the fuck to do. Oh, no.
That's the best. When you beat Exodia players, well, wait. Before we talk about beating Exodia players, let's talk about the best ways to counteract an Exodia deck, like certain cards that really fuck over the decks. Stuff like one way how I use personally to fuck up an Exodia deck, because sometimes they give you that one turn, just that one turn. And most
Constella, putting it together, Constella.
No, they give you that one turn to like try to win or counteract whatever it is they have. One thing that I love to do is if most Exodia players, they normally they use cards like what's that we send 2 to the graveyard and then draw 2?
Hand Destruction.
They'll normally send an Exodia piece to the graveyard to only use Monster Reincarnation the next turn and bring it right on back. But if you put that Exodia piece in the graveyard, I'm Monster Reborn in that shit.
DD Crow.
Or DD Crow. And once they put that piece in the graveyard, they fuck themselves over. Those are cards that I know.
Well, not every Exodia player is that.
Most ones I go to do that.
Well, not all of them jump. Only the ones they play that mass dark factory of mass production. Super
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. I mean, I understand that, but
what are cause you know like ways to like counteract Exodia? Things you do to like piss off an Exodia player. Or you've never
you know what?
I've never beat one.
I never beat one. That's why I collect Exodia heads.
I think
Every Exodia head that I have obtained is from an Exodia player that
I've personally sucked.
I personally took their fucking Exodia heads and just like, hey, I'll play Exodia.
Hammer to the head.
My Exodia head. You didn't obliterate me, bitch. But you know what I would do? Most of the one Exodia deck these are probably the three most common that I ever go up against. One is the I'm going to stop any form of attack. The ones with like Battle Fader, the Scarecrow, and any form of I'm just gonna keep fucking with the battle phase until draw. The other one is there's that one. Then the other one is the Spellcaster. I play Royal Magical Library. That one I immediately go Solemn Warning. I don't even bother wasting my time. Solemn Warning. You are not gonna start with that.
Nah.
Exodia.
Exodia. No.
Exodia. The next is. I'm sorry.
The dragon one?
Yeah, then there's the dragon one. Where it's just like Blue Eyes White Dragon with White Stone of Legend, Cards of Continents, and trade in.
Blah, blah. And then the other one was like you discarded light, tuning monster, and blah, blah, blah. And all that other crap of those decks. But the best thing about it is beating an Exodia player. When you beat somebody who has Exodia, don't you get like the biggest sense of pride because you went up against somebody who was purposely trying to fuck you over and fuck you up, and then you win anyway, and then they're just like, and then you win, you just get that fucking yeah, man, I'm the best in the world, and then you know they're just kind of there like, no, Exodia, no, it's all done, my plan, you know, that's like when Wex Weevil was gonna throw, you know, Yugi's Exodia off the bridge, like Tristan punched him in the face, like, oh, can I see your cards? Say goodbye to Exodia! No! Hey, did I just... My voice gives me super strength. Knocks him the fuck out. That would be like the bee's knees, beating an Exodia deck. And personally, if you're beating an Exodia player like this fucking guy...
You're ruining my binder!
You're hurting the collector's value! Exodia!
I love how I literally am trying to get an Exodia from everything. Like, I have the Japanese PG head, the Dark Duel Stories, I have a European, I have a Spanish, I have the...
No, wait, a Spanish Exodia? You mean Senor Exodia?
Yeah,
Where, you know, normally Exodias, they obliterate. This one... Senor Exodios, he obliteratos.
I have a DLG1. Ole. Then I have the UB. I want to get the UBP1 Exodia head. I never got that one yet. I have the LOB, Master Collection.
Sounds like he's talking about a bunch of sexual diseases.
I have STD Exodia.
I've got the STD one. I've got the venereal one. I've got gonorrhea Exodia.
I have Dark Beginners.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, God. You got Dark Beginners, too.
Oh, you got Dark Beginners? Oh, man. You better go to the doctor to get that shit checked out. Oh, damn.
I want to get it, like, literally every Exodia in existence.
Then there'll be no more Exodia players.
Yeah,
this will be a fair game.
I will be the one to take care of every Exodia player by stealing everybody else's.
Make it happen, YouTube. Make it happen.
The Exodia.